Hey, thanks for dropping by. This is Leonard here, and today I'm going to show you how to break down a whole chicken. Now, there are a lot of reasons why you should buy a whole chicken, not only because of the sustainable reasons, but mainly because you just get more bang for your buck. You get a whole chicken with its carcass, the whole meat. Yes, it may be intimidating at first, but honestly, once you know how to do it, it gets pretty easy. So the first thing we do here is essentially to remove the chicken out of the bag. Now you can see immediately some meat juices are coming out. Do not worry about this. Just use a cloth, just like what I'm doing right here, and just soak it up and just pour out any remaining blood juices to the sink. Do not rinse it in your home sink. Generally that causes cross contamination around your kitchen top, so just bear with me for a while. Now inspect your chicken. Sometimes there's a bit of livers and stuff that is in the cavity itself that some manufacturers leave inside. This case here doesn't have much of any in it, so we can just get straight working on the chicken. So the first thing I'm going to do here is to remove the feet. So just find a knuckle and you can just slice it through pretty straightforward, just like that. And you can do it for the other leg as well, again at the knuckle, and there we go, just cutting it through. You can just bang it if you need to. Now the feet here are incredibly useful for stock, so do not throw that away. Yes, they may be a bit, well, disgusting, but it's quite a simple task, and honestly just get over it, right? Remove the nails and do this for both of the feet claws. You get what I'm saying? And just set them aside, and you can immediately use them for things like braisers, stews, or just basically stock. They are incredibly high in umami and they are very gelatinous. Next thing we're going to work on is actually the legs, or the peripherals of the chicken, starting with the legs. So with the legs here, I'm just slicing the skin that connects both the legs to the main cavity, and I'm breaking out the bone. And what this does is it gives me a very good indication of where I need to slice later on. So I'm slicing at the back, going through what we call the oyster or the thigh meat, and you can see where the bone is popping out. We're just going to slice through that area, and it just comes off really easily. And it's very different from the typical Asian markets of how they butcher chicken. Asian supermarkets just cleave and leave the bone in, but this causes a chicken leg that is without the bone, so it's much easier of an eating experience. So again, here with the other side of the leg, going through the oyster meat and then through that part of the bone. And sometimes, like in this case, you can see some skin gets tagged along, but don't worry, just slowly slice it through and you'll be done with it. Alright, so we got the legs done. The next things to do are the wings. And so with the wings, it's a very similar analogy. You just need to pop up the bone if you can, just like that. And you can see the bone right over there, and you just slice through the breast and you basically get the wing. Now sometimes that doesn't pop up as easily, so just be patient a little bit and just play around with it. You will eventually feel the joint, and all you need to do is just essentially just slice it through. So don't rush, just take your time, and you can easily just slice it through, just like that. Alright, so we've got 2 wings, 2 legs, and 2 feet. Now we're going to work on the main part of the chicken, and that's the breast. And so to start, you kind of want to slice along the keel bone, and be very careful here because we want to maintain as much meat as possible on our breast. So using the tip of the knife, as you can see right now, I'm slicing alongside of the keel or the bone, and essentially we want to just peel the meat away from the carcass itself. We're not slicing into the meat, but just peeling it away from the carcass. That's really the main principle over here. And once you slice most of it off, you can just cut it out just like that, and that's one breast already done. So we're going to repeat this on the other side. And so again, alongside of the keel bone, I'm just slicing that open, and using the tip of the knife, I'm just going through the bone. Now in this case, there was the wishbone that was protruding in the way, so I had to chop that off, but the same principle still applies, using the tip of the knife and peeling the meat away. So as you can see, just slicing and peeling the meat away from the carcass until we have clearance to just cut it off just like that. And there we go, the 2 breasts are done. So let's just review, shall we? So we've got 2 breasts from the chicken, we've got 2 beautiful legs that we can use for stews and roast and them sort. We have 2 wings, you can use as well wings, or you can just make soup out of them. And of course the 2 feet, which are very gelatinous and very useful for soup. And of course, let's not forget the most important part of this whole process is you're left with a beautiful piece of carcass, which you can make stocks out and keep it in the freezer for soups, stews, anything that requires some form of flavored based liquid. Perfect thing to use. So there you go. I hope this gives you a bit of confidence on how to butcher chicken, and I hope you try it out soon. See you around.